Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress with number 34 in the series of Viewers Games. This one is from Jakub. Hey, this is Jakub, an 18-year-old boy from Slovakia, and I'd like to share my game with you, and maybe you can later upload it on your YouTube channel as the next Viewers Game. Firstly, me and chess. I've known the rules of chess for several years. I think I learned them when I was 7, but I've never played chess. Maybe because my dad kept beating me and it was kinda demotivating. I started playing about 2-3 months ago and I really enjoy it. Here's the game. I played white. The game was played on what I think is the best chess portal, Lichess.org. It was a 10-minute game and the opponent was rated 1659, which is more than 200 points higher than me. Let's have a look at Jakub's game. Jakub is white, his opponent is black. e4, d5, the Scandinavian defense. E takes d5, queen takes d5. It's typical for the Scandinavian that the tension in the center gets resolved immediately. Knight c3, kicking the queen back. Queen d6. Other options are queen back to d8 or queen to a5. In this game, black chooses queen d6. d4, occupying the center, a good move. And knight c6, and we already have a mistake from black. Jakub played knight f3, but knight b5 is very strong here. The queen has to move, and then bishop f4 is very strong. Black has big problems on c7. But Jakub played knight f3, bishop g4, bishop e2, and black castled queenside, putting a lot of pressure on the d4 pawn. Jakub plays h3, even encouraging black to win that pawn. The move d5 was the strongest move in this position. After h3, black took on f3, Jakub took back, and there goes the pawn. Knight takes d4. Black has won a pawn. Bishop e3. Black decides to take on f3 with check. Queen takes, and the very strange move, I must say, queen e6 from black. All I can think of that he wanted to pin the bishop so that white cannot take on a7. But queen e6 is a strange move. I'm not sure what that move really does. Jakub castles and a6, saving that a7 pawn. Jakub comments here, nothing special so far, I just left the pawn hanging. Well, we already saw there was quite a bit going on. That chance with knight b5 to put black under real pressure already on move 5. And Jakub losing the pawn on d4. Quite a bit has happened already and we're only move 12. a3 from Jakub. And this is a very strange move, f6. Jakub has sent me this game by typing the moves, and first I thought it must have been knight f6, which is a normal move in this position, but I think black really played f6 here. He is going for a pawn storm against the king. We have opposite castled kings. That's always exciting, and then indeed we see white attacking on one side of the board and black attacking on the other side. But first, black should have developed his pieces instead of going for a pawn storm straight away. So that's why he played probably f6. And now a funny move from Jakub. He played knight d1 and explained this by saying this was actually a mouse slip. I wanted to play rook a d1 instead. Yes, that move makes a lot more sense. g5 from black. As I said, that was the idea of f6. Black wants to attack the white king with a pawn storm. Knight back to c3, correcting his mouse slip. h5, going ahead on the king side. Rook a d1 without the mouse slip. Black took. Jakub took back with the rook. And g4, attacking the queen. Queen went to f4. And now g takes h3. But he did not see that Jakub now has a very strong move. And he found it. The strongest move in this position is queen d4. And now the black king is in big trouble. There's a mate threat on d8. Black played queen d6 to avoid that one. And there is queen a7. Attacking the black queen with the rook. h2 check, an in-between move. Jakub played the king to h1. And if you now try to save your queen, for example with queen c6, then queen a8 is checkmate. So black had no choice, he had to give the queen. Queen takes d1, knight takes d1, and bishop g7, finally a developing move. Queen a8 check, king d7, Jakub took a pawn, and f5, b4, bishop e5. Of course white is a lot of material up, it's an easily winning position. Queen d5 check, bishop d6, he took another pawn, Jakub did, e6 hitting the queen, queen f7 check, knight interposes, bishop g5, h4, and Jakub took on e7. Yes, trading pieces when you're material up is almost always a good idea. Black took back with the bishop, queen back to f4, bishop f6, and now there's something strange in Jakub's notation in his email. He writes that the next move is qdr, and I'm not sure what that means, so I'm just playing queen c4 here. I'm not sure if that was the move that was played, but it doesn't really matter. White is easily winning. I'll show you the remaining moves. Rook went to h5, knight e3 from Jakub, and he says here he wanted to play knight d5, and if black then takes, he loses the rook. Indeed, because of a double attack. We'll see it in the game anyway. Black played h3, Jakub played g3, and now he said his opponent was so kind to play e5, and now we see the double attack. Queen g4 check, and the rook is lost. Black resigned here. Jakub says, I think I didn't play bad, and Stockfish agrees with most of my moves. I'm glad for what you're doing and definitely keep it up. Good work, mate. Bye. Thank you, Jakub. Thank you very much for sending me this game. You played very well and beat a higher rated opponent. You developed your pieces, although you had a little mouse slip of knight c3 to d1. But you developed your pieces, black did not, and we saw how quickly things can go wrong if you don't develop your pieces, but start storming with your pawns without any backup from the pieces. Well done, Jakub, and ahoy! Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess2Progress channel. Please leave a comment, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media. You also may want to check out my Chess2Impress channel. The link is in the description box, as well as the link to the 34 videos of viewers' games. This is Rick from Chess2Progress. Thank you for watching.